Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Jordan Tremaine, your host, and welcome to the Perspective Podcast, where we explore new thoughts, connect ideas, and offer perspectives that may change the way you think about a thing or two. And today, we're talking about puzzle pieces. Okay, so, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm glad that you could join us today. And today, we're going to talk about something. I don't know, sometimes you think of concepts in your head, or it's the way that you think about something and it doesn't seem special to you, but then you try to explain it to somebody and they're like, wow, that's a really good concept. I was having a talk with my brother, and we were talking about why you're attracted to certain people. And we were going over this idea like people are attracted to people that may not be the best for them, and then it seems like there would be two people that be a really good fit for each other, but they don't seem attracted to each other at all. And I was telling my brother, well, in my mind, it kind of boils down to, like, you don't decide who you like. You like who you like. The only thing you can really decide is who you are, which is, in my mind, kind of a way of deciding who you like, but it's like it's removed once, like I don't know, like a first removed cousin or something like that, where you work on yourself, you decide who you are, and by you being who you are, and then everybody else doing that, everybody else deciding who they are, who everybody is either fits or doesn't fit with everybody else. And I think about this through this, I guess, analogy of puzzle pieces. And so I'm going to try to explain it. So here we go. So imagine when we're born, everybody is born basically a Scrabble tile. So you're like a square. You have no real interesting parts of you that can fit or not fit with other people. You're kind of just a square. And when you're born, that's what you are. And over time, you have your experiences, you have your decisions, you have your perspectives, your associations and stuff like that. And over time, you slowly chip away, sand away, cut away at this Scrabble tile you have through all of these things that go on in your life. And it starts looking less like a square, like a Scrabble tile, and it starts looking more like a puzzle piece, because there's parts that you left, parts that you took away, parts that were broken off on accident, parts that you purposely designed, and this happens on different sides of the Scrabble tile. In this example, I'm thinking of just like the type of puzzle that lays down on a table, not like a 3D puzzle or anything like that. So I'm thinking, like, just for the sake of this example, everybody has like four sides, and you can change the four sides differently, and you can show the different sides to different people and not show a certain side to a certain person and stuff like that. But you're working on all these sides. They have their contours and their quirks and stuff like that, and everybody else is working on their four sides, or they have the opportunity to work on their four sides as well. And as you go through life, you bump into people, and depending on which side each of you shows to the other person, it may fit, it may not fit, it may kind of fit, and it may be good or bad. I think this is the idea of trying to connect with people, and this could be with friends, it could be romantically, it could be with your family, it could be with like your coworkers, anybody. And we're trying to see if our puzzle pieces fit. But we don't have control over what other people's puzzle pieces are shaped like. We only have some amount of control over how our pieces are shaped, because our culture controls some of that. Our experience controls some of that. Sometimes you don't get to decide, like, where you were born or what nation you grew up in or what religion you were taught and stuff like that. Sometimes that stuff is kind of burned into you as you're growing up and stuff like that. But you do have some control over some things. and others over theirs, and you meet up with them and see if it's a good fit or a poor fit. And I think it's interesting where you can look at a Scrabble tile kind of like a coin where it has two sides. And if your Scrabble tile becomes a puzzle piece, it kind of has 8 sides, where it's the 4 sides when it's heads up, and then you flip it over, and then it's 4 sides when it's tails up, because it's like the opposite or the mirror image of the heads up side. And you can run into people that maybe you would be a good fit on one side, but you didn't show them that side of you, or they didn't show a certain side of them. They were being protective or defensive, or maybe they didn't know you liked art, so they never showed their artistic side or something like that. Or you can try and fit with somebody that's almost a good fit, but they just have this one keyway or this one little notch that makes it so it's not perfect. So you can never click. You can never have the two pieces fit well together. And ultimately, I think like it would be really beautiful if you could work on yourself and create who you are as a distinct puzzle piece, find other people that fit well, and then you build the puzzle pieces to create a picture. I think that's what we're all trying to do. Is we understand that us by ourselves is a small piece of a picture we've never seen, which is our life, and we're trying to put other pieces in and see which ones go where, kind of like putting a puzzle together. And I think within that, this is how I think of it. I think some people say they decide who they like, or they have different ideas of how attraction works. And this, I'm not saying is specifically romantic attraction. This is like the attraction to socialize with a certain person. Like you get a new job, and it's lunchtime, and there's all these people in the lunchroom. Why do you sit down at one table versus another? Not necessarily because you're trying to date somebody, but you want to be around people, I feel, naturally that accept you, or that want to talk to you, or that are friendly and stuff like that. But all these qualities are different for everybody, so I think we all find different fits in different places because of who we are. Some interesting thoughts about this puzzle piece idea is like fit, where you can look at it in one way and say like, oh, this is a good fit or this is not a good fit, and that could be the end of it. You can look at it and saying like, oh, this is almost a good fit. If I file down this part of me, then it could fit good. Some people change for other people. Some people try to get other people to change. You know, my puzzle piece is great, and if your puzzle piece changed a little bit, then we could fit together really well. Some people mutually change for each other. And I'm not saying there's anything good or bad about any of this, because then I'd be just painting this whole thing with my morals, which I'm not trying to throw my morals in here. I'm trying to give a concept. But I think it's interesting where I think there's certain people that they understand, because as you become more of an individual, as you have more experiences, as you make more choices, you become more and more intricate, or you have the opportunity to become more and more intricate of a puzzle piece. And that's more individual, that's more you, and it's more excellent to, you know who you are. You are this puzzle piece. But at the same time, the more intricate your puzzle piece, the more difficult it is to fit with anybody else's. Because a Scrabble tile is like, at the beginning, all the babies fit together in the hospital. They're just tiles. But as they get their shapes and their curves and their stuff, like with any regular puzzle, not all pieces fit together. Some pieces pretend to fit together, but they don't really make a good picture. And so as you become more individual, as you become more yourself, there's this risk that you'll fit with less people. And I think on some level, we all know that, where the more you want to stand out, the more you stand out, the more you don't fit into the crowd. But I think the beautiful thing behind that is, if you have an incredibly unique shape or contour to your puzzle piece, it may not fit with everybody, but the people that it can fit with, it fits very well, and it works amazing, and you feel so connected to those people, and it helps create the beautiful puzzle of your life. I think to this regard, there may be some like words of caution or balance where if you have four sides, maybe don't make them all ultra particular. Maybe make one side general so you can meet with people, and then make one side really particular so you can connect with certain people on certain levels and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's interesting where that idea of the more individualistic you become, the more intricate your puzzle piece, the harder it is to fit with other people. And then, but you get this ultra satisfaction from if you do find somebody that can fit with you. It's like it's such a good fit, and it feels so great. Like when you find clothes that are like tailored just for you, or you get clothes custom made for you. It's like perfect fit for you. And then there's the other hand where if you decide not to customize your piece, which is something that people do. I think sometimes the generic thing is something that certain people go with. You fit in with the crowd. And it's easy for you to meet most people's shapes or fit in, even if there's gaps. And that, I would say, it has its good feeling where you can connect with a lot of people, but you never really attain a deep connection with anybody because your fit is generic. And so there's this balance between, do I want to become myself and risk never finding a puzzle piece that can fit? But if I do find a puzzle piece that fits, it'll be like the dope piece and it'd be so good. Or do I want to be more generic and fit with more people but never really have this kind of high level connection with anybody? And I think people fall in like a spectrum where whatever they're comfortable with or whatever they're aware of and whatever they're willing to work on, they kind of do in different parts of their life so that they can connect with the level of whatever that they're trying to connect with. So I think that's interesting. And if you are a certain type of fit, I don't think it's really possible to know everything about yourself, so I don't really think it's possible to get an accurate picture of yourself as a puzzle piece. But you can do stuff like go to a therapist, be self-aware, read books, talk to people, pay attention. That gives you kind of an idea of the basic shape of who you are. And you can start saying like, okay, I notice that when I do this, or I think thoughts like this, or I act this way, and I get these kind of responses, or when I feel like this, I want to hang out with this type of people, and those type of people are not the best for my life, or something like that. And you can say like, okay, so maybe I can change this behavior. Maybe I can file this piece down so I don't fit with that type of thing anymore. Or maybe I can do this so that I fit with this group of people more because I feel like that's a more positive group for me to be with. And this idea of like, I can't change other people. I can't force other people to change, and I can't, I don't think I should worry about it. What I think I can do is do my best to observe and see where I want to be in the world, and then be myself and create the version of myself that fits into the environment that I want to be in. It's kind of like there's a lock, and I'm a locksmith, and I can make keys, and I can file the key down in different ways, and I start off with a blank key. It's kind of the same as a puzzle piece, but whatever I file into the key, it makes it so it can't fit certain locks, but it does fit other locks. And the more special I make the key, typically it's the more expensive lock it unlocks, but those locks are more rare. So I am bringing this concept out to just say that I think it's good to have an eye for who you are and work on yourself. And in my experience, I don't think that it's really worth the effort to go seeking other people and seeking groups and communities. Like, it's cool to be with people, and I love groups and I love community, but doing that for the sake of group and community, I think may lead you into a situation where you're trying to shove puzzle pieces that don't fit with each other, and you're going to make a picture that doesn't make sense. Um, I've always thought that you be you as much as you can, and you go out in the world and do stuff you like, and then you'll just find people that are part of your life because other people that are doing stuff they like, they'll just be in the same spot as you. Because, like, if I like rock climbing, I'm just going to go rock climb. And there's going to be people out there in the forest or at the gym that are climbing, or people at the store, the rock climbing store, that are looking at the same thing as me. And then I can ask them a question, and then maybe we can go outside. And now we have a friendship just because I went out and did what I wanted to do. And I'm not saying, like, only do what you want to do and never, like, do stuff you don't want to do. You got to try different things and find out what you like, find out what you don't like. And sometimes it's not worth it to try and force a fit to be perfect when it's good enough. Sometimes 80-90% fit is great. And I don't think anybody, like, super perfectly fits with another person, especially if both are, like, really individual. But I think a good fit comes from having some level of individual contour to the piece, and then making that judgment of when it clicks with somebody else's piece. Is this good? Should I keep this? Should I work on it to make it a better fit? Should I keep it the way it is? Or should I try and do a new fit? And I think a lot of finding that doesn't come from like, maybe I personally don't think it comes from, like, dating sites and stuff like that. I think if I want to find, like, a partner that's outdoorsy, I should just go outdoors. If I want to find somebody to gamble with, I should just go gamble at the casino and I'll meet people. That's what I think. And I think that points more to you decide who you are. You don't decide who you like. You just decide who you are, do you, and, like, while letting everybody else do them. Don't, like, not let other people be themselves if that's what you're doing, to be yourself. But you do you. You bring the best version of yourself you can to the world, and then you'll find the places in the world where you fit. You'll find the people in the environments you put yourself in, because those are your environments, the ones that you like, that you feel comfortable in. And if you're doing that, I feel like you're going to start performing at a high level in those environments, or a higher level and higher level and higher level over time. And the other people that are doing the same thing, they should start performing at a higher. If I really like rock climbing, I'm going to get better at it over time. And then over time, if I keep climbing and I keep getting better at it, then I'm going to end up with the other people that are there because they like it, because we're going to be at that higher level. And now we're going to establish this friendship over something we're probably both going to stay in, because it's both a part of us. It's not it could be a hobby or whatever, but, like, it's something important to us because it's part of who we are, and it helps us fit together really well. So hopefully this idea of puzzle pieces, and also keys, I guess I came out with that during this podcast, can help you be you. I would say it can be terrifying to customize your puzzle piece. I say it's worth it. It's so scary, and it's so much more heart-wrenching when it doesn't work out. When the pieces are really custom and then you try to fit them and they don't fit, or they almost fit, it doesn't feel good. But I think that's part of the human experience, to experience rejection or loss or pain, and that's okay. And I know that doesn't really help you while you're going through it, but that's the price you pay for risking getting a really, really, really good fit. It's like investment. It's like, if you don't risk anything, you don't have any possibility of reward. So in my opinion, become yourself, do your best to be you, and then go out and surround yourself with people that help you be the best version of you that you can be. That doesn't mean you don't take feedback. That doesn't mean you don't change. That doesn't mean you don't grow. But don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't change who you are just to fit someone else's piece. Be who you are. And hopefully you'll find people that fit with you. So this has been Jordan Tremaine for another episode of the Perspective Podcast, this time on puzzle pieces. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having great conversations, and I'll see you next time.